I've been doing YouTube for the last 9 years, and YouTube automation specifically, which is like faceless automated channels. I've been doing that for the last 3 or 4 years. So I'm going to show you a few of my either biggest videos that I've had or most successful ones that have made a lot of money. So here's one channel and one video specifically. Went pretty viral, 3.9 million views, $20,000. I'll even refresh just so you can see everything's legit. Everything is real. This video is still making money to this day. And we also have another video, 1.7, 1.2, 2.1. Pretty sure you get the point at this point. I've been running a bunch of different faceless channels for a long time now, and as you can see, I'm pretty successful in what I do. But in this video, I wanted to give you guys a bunch of different lessons that I've learned that will save you a bunch of time so you can speed run and hopefully fast track your success. Let's just get into the first point. First one is going to be stop trying to perfect your videos and you just need to start. And the main reason that I say that is because you're going to learn as you go. When I first started my very first ever channel, I was doing like Fortnite highlights, Call of Duty kind of montages, right? It was more of like a fun project at the time, not really taken so serious, but you just need to post. Everyone tries to, oh, I'm going to start whenever I have this in order and this in order and this in order. It's never going to happen like that. You just need to start posting. And as you go, the great thing with YouTube is it gives you the data, it gives you direct feedback. Your CTR, which is your title, thumbnail, your packaging. You can see if that needs improvement, if that's bad, if it's good. You can literally see in real time what you need to fix, what you either need to fix and change or what you need to double down on. That's the greatest thing with YouTube and just overall business. So number one is don't try to perfect your videos. Just start and you'll learn as you go. And if you're actually trying to make this work, make a lot of money and pay attention, you will actually learn. Obviously, if you just blindly post and you're just throwing shit at the wall, uploading videos, it's not going to work. You need to actually analyze and actually go through your videos, see what works, see what to fix, what to change, and what to double down on. Number two is going to be stop being emotional with your videos on how they perform and focus on learning and improving your skill set. YouTube is just like anything else, right? It may not seem like that. YouTube now is used more like a search engine, right? If you have a flat tire, if you want to learn how to tie a tie, how to run faster, get stronger, build muscle, you no longer go to Google. You may even ask ChatGPT, but a lot of people are using YouTube as a search engine. They'll see how to tie a tie, what are the best foods to eat, how to fix my arthritis, right? You use YouTube like you use Google, like everything else. It's like your personal AI assistant, but you can see real videos, real feedback from doctors, professionals, people that are experts in the field, right? Like me with YouTube, right? That's why you're watching this video. So stop being emotional, because if you're emotional and you post a video, your first few videos aren't going to do good. The videos, some of the videos I run now, not every video I post goes viral. Some of the ones that made $20,000, $10,000, $15,000, not every single video I post does that good. If that was the case, I wouldn't be making this video and I'd be fucking off somewhere in like Dubai or something. So every single thing you can learn from, and I'm not even the best YouTube automator or the best YouTuber or anything like that. I'm very good and I have a lot of knowledge and experience. However, I know that I'm not the best. And because of that, every single day I put in the work, I'm learning things, taking notes, and improving day by day. So stop being emotional with your videos and understand that's a part of the process. You're going to have really good videos. You're also going to have really bad videos. Every single business person, the most successful, the least successful, every single person has trials and tribulations, and you need to go through that in order to even get the experience to make it this far. As you can see, I wasn't spawned in on earth with these plaques, right? I had to earn it. I had to make the videos hit 100K, hit 1 million, and then earn the plaque that way. Number three is going to be understanding the process and learn every aspect of your channel before you go and hire and you outsource it. And so the reason why I say that is this business model is called YouTube automation. So a lot of people think, oh, I just pay someone and make the videos and then I make a bunch of money and that's it. That is not as simple as it is. On paper, that's how it looks like, but that's not what it is. And that's not a business. If you're just hiring someone, like for one of my channels, let's say it makes $50,000 a month. If I just hire a team, I spend $2,000 on freelancers, and then in return, I get $50,000 at the end of every month. That's not a business, because if you ask me how am I doing it, I'd be like, oh, I don't know. I just give this team 2K and then in return, I get 50. That's like investing in the stock market. That's not a real business. It's not sustainable and it's not predictable. You want to understand every part of your own channel. And the reason why you want to do that before you go and hire or outsource is because you can have dedicated SOPs, which is basically a detailed instruction list on what to do, how to do it. You understand, like when I was first building my channel and we first hit $10,000 a month, it was just me and an editor, but I didn't have documented SOPs. It was just me and him kind of like, okay, let's get rid of this thing and this thing. It wasn't very detailed. And every time I brought on a new editor or a new person on the team, I had to like retrain them, kind of show them. And there was a lot of errors early on. So when you understand everything, the scripting, the editing, the title structures, ideation, whatever that you need for your channel, it could be anything just depending on the niche that you have. But as you learn every single thing, you're going to create your own. You can record a video like a Loom video, or you could just have a very detailed notes like, okay, for ideation, I look at these competitors. I search these keywords to find channels similar in my niche. For scripting, I look at competitors, or we always start with this word or this sentence or a statement or a question, right? It could be really anything, but you want to make sure that you understand the process. That way if someone goes, hey, how do you make money? You can go, oh, easy. I do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And by the end of that, they're like, wow, this dude's a genius, right? And then you actually deserve it and you have something that's repeatable. If you don't have a repeatable process where you can constantly make money, you don't have a business and you don't have a long-term sustainable YouTube channel. So that's number 3. Number 4 is outsourcing and automating once you have money. Because I know number 3, it says understand before, but you want to outsource and automate. And that's the end goal with this. It's just like any other big business. You can't be, as the CEO and the owner of the channel, you can't be the one doing the work. Like for my channels, I'm running a lot right now. I have teams, I have agencies, I have VAs that are currently either producing the videos, editing, scripting, doing thumbnails, everything like that. The main thing that I'm in charge of for my channel is niching, is finding the niche for new channels, finding gaps in the market, seeing where a huge supply and demand gap is. That way I can say, okay, there's a huge demand for it and there's little supply. Let's go and fill that gap. And then I take all the views. Or ideation, coming up with titles, maybe some new angles for thumbnails as well. But that's really all I want to be involved with. I don't want to be involved with the editing and the scripting and everything. If you asked me, how does the editing style work or how does this channel work? I'd be able to break it down and understand it. I understand how to do it, even though I'm not the one actually doing it. So that should make sense. And if it doesn't, then you just need to really watch this back a few times and make sure that it does make sense, because you need to know every single part of the process, even though you're not the one doing it. Think of all the top entrepreneurs, Alex Hormozi, Elon Musk, even though they don't actually build the rockets, even though they're not actually like recording on the back end or doing certain things, right? They still understand the process, but it's just not worth their time for them to do it. So they delegate and outsource to other people that are more skilled and have spent just as long as they've been doing their business, they've been doing that. Same thing with editing and script writing and everything else in YouTube. Number 5 is going to be super, super important. So take notes on this. You should be taking notes on this whole video, but this one's very, very important. Always run tests. I kind of think as like 70-30. You want to use 70% on doubling down, proof of concept, things that you know that are proven to work. 30% where you're testing. You can, and if you're asking me like, well, Chris, why should I be testing new things? Shouldn't I just double down and only do what works? Look at big companies like Nike, McDonald's. They're all known for one thing, right? McDonald's is known for their fries, burgers, chicken nuggets, whatever it may be, right? Nike's known for their athletic wear, basketball, whatever. But these huge companies, billion-dollar companies, are known for set number of things or a small number of things, but they're always testing new products. They're always testing new items. And the reason they do that is to attract and potentially get new customers in the door. And that way they can have more repeat customers in. You think McDonald's needs more money? You think Nike needs more money? If the biggest companies in the world are still testing new things to this day, you think you as a small YouTube channel, which each YouTube channel is like a little business, you think you as a small channel that makes under 10K a month, you think that you can't be testing shit? You need to be testing shit, especially if you're under like 100K a month with one channel. I know you think like 10K, 20K, 30K is a lot, but once you get in routine of hitting those numbers for at least like 3, 4, 6 months, you're going to start to think, okay, well, I've been here for a while now. Like, what's the next level? What's above 50K a month, 100K, 200K, $500,000, right? Those are huge, huge numbers, but it's all possible because again, YouTube is the biggest social media platform of all time. It's not even really a social media platform. It's like the whole world just connected into one. It's crazy. So that's point number 5. Always test new things and always double down on stuff that's already working. You want to do both of best worlds right there. Number 6 is going to be analyzing your videos and tests. If you're running tests, like I just said in number 5, you need to make sure that you're actually looking through and you're analyzing back on that so you can reflect and say, okay, I ran this test. I had a hypothesis. I had an experiment. What was the result? Did it work? Okay, not so much did it work. Why did it work? It worked, cool, but what's the reasoning? That way we understand how we can maybe take different angles or different spin-offs, because same thing with these big companies. When they do tests, they don't just go, okay, let's spend $100 million in this thing and then, okay, it made money back. You want to understand it so when you run future tests, you can base that understanding off another angle or another idea that you potentially have as well. Analyzing your videos, getting direct feedback from YouTube. When you upload a video and it gets a little bit of traction, and this is also going back to point number 2, you don't want to be emotional, right? Every video you post is a test. Everyone is essentially like a lottery ticket that you can put out there. So you're saying, okay, I think this is a very good video. I want to see, I'm testing a new hook, or I'm testing a new title thumbnail structure. This is also, right now we're on point 6, but this is kind of like 6.5, point 6.5. You want to make sure that when you're testing things, that you're not testing everything at once. If you have proof of concept, let's say you're making a few thousand, even like 10, 20,000 a month with YouTube, you don't want to just completely 360 reverse all of your video ideas and all of how your channel runs. You want to slowly test things I say slowly, but you want to test things one by one. Meaning you don't want to test the hook, and then you don't want to change the video editing, and then you don't want to change the outro, and then you don't want to change the title and thumbnail structure all in one go, because then you're not going to know what test is affecting what. You want to kind of test one thing at a time. That way you can go, okay, here's a hook. It usually works. The hook retention 60%, but we obviously want that as high as possible. For this next 3 videos, we're going to test the hook. Now, then from there, if the hook gets worse, okay, we know to go back and to see why it did bad and how to fix it from there. But you don't want to test and flip everything upside down all in one go, because then that's when you start seeing different results and you don't know what test is actually affecting it, either negatively or positively. So analyzing your videos, analyzing tests, look at CTR, average view duration, look at competitor channels, look at what's working for them, and look at your retention hooks as well, as the first 30 seconds of the video is very, very important, as just everything else is. Point number 7 is don't focus on the money. And the reason I say that is because if you focus on understanding what your audience and whatever niche that you're in, what they want, and making the best videos for them, what they actually want to see, the money will follow. It's almost like any other business. If McDonald's focus on just making the best tasting and the fastest food, the money will follow. Obviously, we're doing this for money, but if you're so hyper focused on like, I need to make $1,000 a month, I need to make $1,000 a week, I need to make $10,000 a week, it's going to be harder because you're focused on the money aspect versus how the money's actually made, which is focusing and understanding your audience and delivering what they actually want to see. If you can just put the emotional side away, and of course I make the videos for money as well on my own Faceless YouTube channels, but just say, okay, I'm running a channel right now. Let's say it's a body cam or kids gaming, or could be anything, an older audience type of channel. What do these people want to see? Okay, they want to see a good body cam video, entertaining, craziest stuff, good hooks, good pacing, good narration, giving context, building suspense. Okay, boom. Let's just package all that, make a video on it, and then the money will follow, right? It's a very simple concept. So write that one down too. That's a really good gem right there. Number 8, this is the last one that I have. Never rely on one channel. I'm not saying you're going to have 10, 20, 30 different channels. It all depends on really how much money you want to make. For me personally, I'd love to make multiple millions of dollars a month, all with my channels, but you never want to rely on one channel. And the reason is YouTube is very dumb. YouTube is very iffy and 50-50 and very emotional as a billion-dollar, trillion-dollar company. And so you always want to stay ahead, and you want to run at least like 3 to 5 different channels if you want to make YouTube automation work long-term. If you have one channel, you could easily go from making 10K a month or whatever your revenue is, and you can go from 0 the next, literally because YouTube bans you or demonetizes you. And it could be totally false the whole time. We've seen false bans, false demonetizations the whole time, or a lot of the time with YouTube. And that's one of its biggest flaws. There's no support system. There's no number to call, no email. It's all AI automated stuff. It's very, very dumb. But you never want to rely on one channel, because again, if your monthly income is coming from one channel and then it gets wiped up, you go from 100% to 0% just like that. So that's 9 years of YouTube automation and YouTube experience that I've gone through. And again, I've made a lot of money with this. Hopefully you take notes. Hopefully you take something away from this. If you have any other questions, drop it down in the comments below. If you want to get started in your own Faceless YouTube automation journey, if you don't know what niche to go with, I'm going to leave a link to the free niche list. There's like over 100 different niches that are actively making $10,000 a month. I update it very, very consistently. So go ahead and grab the free niche list down below in the description if you want to get started today so you can make some money. And just start, don't act emotional, follow these things in order, number 1 through 8, and you'll be good to go, and you'll be making money in no time.